Children, in the previous video, we have studied about flight and down feathers, differently shaped beaks. Now, in this video, we are going to study about feet and claws of the birds, how do birds fly, and about flightless birds. Now, we all know that birds have 2 feet with claws or 4 toes each. Let us know what are claws. Claws are sharp curved nails on the feet of birds. Let's move to the important uses or functions of feet and claws for birds. Birds uses their feet and claws for swimming, for catching prey, for preying, for wading, for climbing, for scratching and digging, and for protecting itself from enemies. Children, birds use their feet and claws for swimming, for catching prey, for perching, for wading, for climbing, scratching and digging, and for protecting itself from enemies. Now, let us move to the different birds that have different kinds of feet and claws with their uses. The first one is birds that swim. Let's see the structure and uses of the feet and claws for the birds. They have 3 toes in front and 1 toe at the back. The front 3 toes are joined by skin called web. It helps them to push water back while swimming. And examples are ducks, geese and swans. Children, ducks, geese and swans have webbed feet. They have 3 toes in front and 1 toe at the back. You can see in the picture, 3 toes are in front and 1 toe is at the back. The front 3 toes are joined by skin. And this joint, see here, these 3 front toes are joined to each other by a skin, a thin layer of a skin. This thin layer of a skin is called web. It helps them to push water back while swimming. And this web feet helps the birds to push water back while swimming. Next one, birds of prey. They have sharp, powerful and curved claws called talons. It helps them to catch their food. Examples, eagles, hawks and falcons. Children, birds of prey means raptors. Raptors or birds of prey means they eat the meat or flesh of other animals or birds that you have studied. See, birds of prey or raptors like eagles, hawks and falcons have sharp, powerful and curved claws. They have special name. You can see here in the picture. These birds have sharp, powerful and curved claws. And the another name for this kind of claws are talons. Okay? And it helps the bird to catch their food. So, when these birds of prey like eagles, hawk, they fly, they use their claws to catch prey like rats, snakes, etc. You can see in the picture here. Their claws are sharp and curved. And these sharp and curved claws are known as the talons. Next, we move to birds that perch. They have 3 toes in front and 1 toe at the back. It helps them to hold the branch of a tree while perching on it. And examples are crows, sparrows, and maynas. Children, sparrows, crows, and maynas have 3 toes in front. You can see in the picture, 3 toes are in front and 1 toe is at the back. Their claws help them to hold on to the branch of a tree while perching on it. And these claws help them to hold on the branch of a tree when they are perching on it. Perching means resting. So when they are resting on branch of a tree, these toes help them to hold the branch of a tree tightly. So sparrows and crows and maynas use their feet to hold on to the tree branch and they sit on it. Next one, we move on wading birds. They have long slender legs to walk slowly through water without getting wet. It helps them to wade through water. Example, cranes, herons and sandpipers. See children, cranes, herons and sandpipers have long legs. You can see in the picture here, the legs of this crane is so long with long thin toes also. If you will see in this picture, their toes are so long and thin. So these long legs with long thin toes help them to wade through the muddy water. And when they are wading through the muddy water, these long legs and thin long toes help them to wade through that muddy water without getting wet. Their legs, their toes never ever got wet when they wade through the water. Understood all of you? So birds that perch and about wading birds we have studied. Now let's move next one. That is birds that climb. Children, let's see. They have 2 toes, pointed one forward and 2 pointed toes backward. See, 2 pointed toes in front means forward and 2 pointed toes backwards means at the back. This supports it to climb up and draw a tree. These toes, pointed ones, 2 pointed front toes and 2 pointed back toes help them to climb up or get down from the tree. And the example is woodpecker. Children, there are 2 toes in front. Birds that climb have 2 toes in front and 2 pointed toes at the back. And these pointed front and back toes help the bird to climb up and get down from a tree. And the example is woodpecker. Next one, birds that scratch and climb. They have hard and sharp claws. These help them to scratch and dig the ground for insects and seeds they eat. An example, hens. Children, The claws of such a kind of birds are strong. You can see in the picture. The claws are very strong, and they have three toes in front and one short toe here at the back. Three toes in front and a short back toe, hind toe it is called, is higher up the leg. It is little higher from the leg. So this help the birds to scratch the ground. Means when they are searching, hence you have seen they are searching something. So when they are searching in the ground, their insects, their food they are searching. So to get the food, they are scratching or digging the ground. And this their hard and sharp claws help them to scratch or dig the ground to get the food they want. So this is about the different types of birds with feet and claws and their uses for them. Now next one we are going to study about how birds fly. Before we could switch over the next topic, how birds fly, let us know something about birds. So know more about birds. Birds are one of the most mobile creatures on earth. Means birds are the most rotatory creatures on the earth. Mobile or rotatory means they are always moving. To save themselves from the frozen winter months, they fly across large distances to reach warmer parts of the world. And to save themselves from the frozen winter months, they are going to warmer places. Wherever in the world the warmer places are there, they are going to that places. This is called migration. Birds that migrate typically have longer wings than birds that don't migrate. And one feature is here in the migratory birds, means birds that migrate. So one special feature is that the wings of these birds are longer than any other birds. So these longer wings help them to migrate. Means they can go to different places. Children, migration is the new term for you. It means the birds go to the warmer places to save themselves from cold and to get their food also. To the places where they are able to survive. They are going, they are migrating to such places that are suitable for surviving them. Means they can save themselves from the cold, they can get the food over there and they can survive there. So when it gets very cold in north, then the birds just flew away to the warmer places, that is southward. And these regular trips of birds is called as migration. Now we will move on the next topic, that how birds fly. Let's see how birds fly. Children, most birds can fly. There are certain features that help the bird to fly. Let us discuss about these features. A body of a bird is light in weight and made up of hollow bones. The body of a bird is very light and it is made up of hollow bones. These bones are filled with warm air. These bones are hollow, that's why they are filled with warm air. And this reduces the weight of bird. So, a light body made up of hollow bones. Bird's body is light in weight and it is made up of hollow bones. Next one, a boat-shaped body easily moves through air. The shape of the body of a bird is like a boat, that is narrow from both the ends and broad in the middle. This shape of their body helps them to cut or move through the air easily. Next picture, wings are attached to a bird's body with the strong muscles that help the wings move up and down and forward and backward, causing flight. Birds fly with the help of their wings. So their wings are attached with the strong muscles. Strong muscles attach the wings to bird's body. These muscles allow the birds to move their wings up and down and forward and backward while flying. Next picture, moving of the wings upward and backward is called upstroke movement. Children, birds flap their wings to fly and it has two types of movement. First one is a upstroke movement and second one is a downstroke movement. So in upstroke movement, birds move their wings upward and backward. So when birds fly, that time they move their wings upward and backward. This movement of a wing is called as upstroke movement. Moving, you can see here bird. This is the diagram or a picture of a bird with a upstroke movement. Upward and backward the bird is moving its wing. Next one, moving of the wings downward and forward is called downstroke movement. When the wings move downward, see here, when the wings move downward and forward, then this movement of a wing is called as a downstroke movement. Feathers covering the wings help in flight while the tail helps to change the direction while flying. Feathers covering the wings help the bird to fly, while tail of the bird is used to change the direction while flying or to reduce the speed of flying of the bird. So this way birds fly. Let us repeat once again. The body of a bird is very light and is made up of hollow bones. These bones are filled with warm air and this reduces the weight of a bird. The shape of the body of a bird is like a boat, that is narrow from both the ends and broader in the middle. This shape of their body helps them to cut or to move through the air easily. Birds fly with the help of their wings. Strong muscles attach the wings to their body. These muscles allow the birds to move their wings up and down and forward and backward. Birds flap their wings to fly. It has two types of movements. First one is a upstroke movement and second one is a downstroke movement. The wings, when they move upward and backward, it is called as upstroke movement. When the wings move downward and forward, it is called downstroke movement. So, upstroke movement means the wings move upward and backward, and downstroke movement means the wings move downward and forward. Feathers covering the wings help in a flight or flying, while tail of the bird is used to change the direction while flying or to reduce the speed while flying. I hope all of you understood about how birds fly. Now children, let us study about flightless birds. Flightless birds means birds that cannot fly. Though they have wings and feathers, yet they cannot fly. That birds are known as flightless birds. So let us study about flightless birds. Some birds have wings and feathers, yet they cannot fly. They are known as flightless birds. Examples of flightless birds are ostrich, emu, cassowary, rhea, kiwi and penguin. All these are flightless birds. They live on isolated islands or other places, protected from hunters and predators or animals that might attack or kill them for food. They stopped flying because they no longer needed to fly to escape danger. Children, these flightless birds live on isolated islands, means lonely places, where they are protected from hunters and predators or the other animals that might attack on them or kill them for their food. They stopped flying because they no longer needed to fly to escape danger. They are living on isolated islands, lonely places, so where they do not they do not need to save, to protect themselves, to run anywhere to get the food. So they stopped flying because they no longer needed to fly to escape danger. The two major differences in the physical appearance of birds that can and that cannot fly are, see children, almost all kinds of birds can fly, but flightless birds cannot fly. So there is difference in their structure of bodies. There are certain difference in the body structure of flight, means flying birds, and flightless birds. So two major differences are given to you. Just see. Flightless birds have smaller wing bones. Flightless birds have smaller wing bones. If you will compare flying birds and flightless birds, so whatever flying birds are there, their wing bones are large and well developed, whereas flightless birds have smaller wing bones. Flying birds' wing bones are large in size and well developed, whereas flightless birds' wing bones are smaller. And the second major difference is they have no keel. which is an extra bone that is used as anchor for wing movement. Flying birds can fly because they have long wings and feathers. Their wings and feathers are well developed, whereas these flightless birds, they do not have a keel, and this keel helps the bird to move their wings. And flightless birds do not have a keel because they do not use their wings to fly anywhere. Their wings are not at all moved by them. So flying birds have keel because they have long feathers and their feathers and wings are developed, whereas these flightless birds' wings and feathers are poorly developed. And these flying birds have keel that helps them to move their wings. But flightless birds do not have a keel, so they do not move their wings. Okay? Next one. These birds have their own methods of movement and self-protection. Though these birds are living on isolated islands or lonely places, then also they move. They protect themselves. So they have their own methods to protect and to move. Okay? You have given some instances, means some examples. First one, penguins. Penguins are flightless and are in fact better built for swimming and diving. Penguins are flightless birds, but they are the excellent swimmers and divers. Okay? Then their short legs give them a distinctive waddling walk. If you will see in the picture here, their legs are very short, but these legs give them special type of walking. Have you seen penguins? How do they walk? They jump little bit. Short steps they are walking. They are looking just like jumping and walking. So that is called waddling walk. Okay? Then second example instance is given to you, that is ostrich. Ostrich is the largest bird. Has thin legs that can carry it really fast. They fight with their feet. A solid kick can kill a lion. You know, ostrich is the largest bird and it can run very fast also. So, these ostrich have very thin legs, and though the legs are thin, you can see in the diagram here, this picture, see the legs. These legs are very thin, but the weight of the body, it is the largest bird. So, the weight of the body can carried easily by these thin legs. Even ostrich run fastest running bird. You know about this. So, ostrich, the largest bird, has thin legs that can carry it really fast and it can run also very fast. They fight with their feet. They protect themselves by using their feet. Okay? A solid kick can kill a lion, and their one kick, so strong legs they have, so one kick can kill a lion also. So this is about flightless birds. Once again we will see about flightless birds. Now children, not all flying animals are birds. Not all birds can fly. Have you understood? Not all flying animals are birds, and not all birds can fly. Though all birds have wings and feathers, yet some of them cannot fly, and they are known as flightless birds. Although it is true that all the birds have feathers and wings. That is not necessarily mean that they can all fly. Though all birds have wings and feathers, but it doesn't mean that they can fly. Okay, examples are ostrich, emu, cassowary, rhea, kiwi and penguin. These are the examples of flightless birds. Children, flightless birds do have wings, but they are not as developed as in the birds that can fly. I told you there are certain differences in the structure of the flying bird's body, and in between flight birds mean flying birds and flightless birds. So flightless birds do have wings, but they are not as developed as in the birds that can fly. Some birds live on isolated islands or other places where there is plenty of food like fruits, seeds, insects, etc. available them. These places protect these flightless birds from hunters and predators or animals that might attack or kill them for their food. And these birds, flightless birds, stop flying because they no longer needed to fly to escape danger. And everything, the food is available easily for them on the places where flightless birds are living. So they no longer use their wings to fly anywhere to get their food or to protect themselves from the hunters or predators or the animals that are attacking them to kill. So they stop flying because they no longer needed to fly to escape danger. They are safe there. They stop flying because they no longer needed to fly to escape danger. And the two main differences in the physical appearance in the birds that can fly and cannot fly. And you have given first a difference that they have smaller wing bones. As I told, the birds that can fly have usually long and well developed wing bones, whereas flightless birds have smaller wing bones. Okay, the second difference you have given, they have no keel, which is an extra bone that is used as anchor for wing movement. Flightless birds do not fly because they do not have a keel. Keel is the extra bone that is used by birds for moving their wings. Flightless birds do not have keel, means they do not have extra bone that use them to move their wings, whereas flying birds have this well developed keel because they move their wings to fly. Understood? Then they have their own methods of movement and self-protection. Flightless birds move by their own way and they can protect by their own way. So let's see instances, means examples given to you, that are penguin and ostrich. So let's see first penguin. Penguins cannot fly but are excellent swimmers. Their short and stocky legs help them in distinctive waddling walk. Distinctive means special, and waddling walk, as I told you, walk with short step, just like they are hopping or jumping while walking. Okay, then second example, ostrich. Ostrich, the largest flightless bird, has thin legs that can help them to run very fast and that can carry the weight of that ostrich. Then They have long sharp claws on their feet that kick with a tremendous strength and can kill a lion. That's why it is given to you. Ostrich, the largest bird, has thin legs that can carry it really fast. They fight with their feet because their feet are longer, and on their feet they have sharp and long claws which help them to kick the animal in a tremendous way with their strength. They can give a kick to any animal, even they can kill a lion also with their tremendous, tremendous strength kick. Okay, so this is about flightless birds. Now let us have a look on summary. What we have studied, the main points from this chapter. Birds are the only animals with feathers. Flight feathers help in flight, while down feathers keep the bird warm. Beaks are of different shapes and sizes depending on the kind of food a birds eat. Birds use their feet and claws for many important activities such as swimming, catching prey, walking, wading, and perching. Flying birds fly with the help of boat-shaped body, strong muscles, hollow bones, and flight feathers. Birds such as ostrich, penguin, and kiwi cannot fly.